So hello everyone, welcome to XpoNorth Digital Shorts. We have a friend and someone who I really admire her company. We're talking to Lindsay Wilson. Hello, Lindsay.
Hi, Jessica. Hi.
Hi, and Lindsay heads up partner relations at a company called GeoTourist, and she deals mostly with the UK and Ireland. Is that right?
That's right. Yes.
So Lindsay, tell us a little bit about, with your cool headphones, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I work with the partners and I help them realize their projects. Really, um, for me, working with GeoTourist, I only see the world in maps of stories now. There's nothing that I believe can't be brought to the platform and expressed. And I suppose because I've been doing this for a while, I help our partners work through the wood for the trees, really, and just keep encouraging them that the rest of the world really want to hear what they might have become used to.
That's amazing. So you're really immersed. I just want to clarify this for people who may have not experienced the amazingness of GeoTourist, but you're really immersed in the world of audio and storytelling and bringing places to life. So can you tell us a little bit about the purpose of GeoTourist? What is it for people who haven't actually engaged with it yet?
Yeah. So GeoTourist is it can be listened to through an app or through a web browser. And it is free to listen to and free to download digital audio tours.
Brilliant.
They are GPS based. So if you were in location, you would simply walk around and the tour would start to talk to you. Um, However, we've discussed, well, we knew this, we had this capability, but we didn't know how important it would be able to listen from your own home. So with our app and our stories and our partner stories, they can be accessed from anywhere in the world while we're all locked down and not allowed to go anywhere and do anything.
I think that's amazing because when we first talked, you guys did the Outlander story for near Inverness, and we talked a lot about, okay, you show up in a place, you actually get there late, you miss a tour, you want to be able to see things. You can actually download GeoTourist and have like a range of really interesting tours to choose from, depending on what lens you want to look through, from
Yes.
historical to social, political, really
Yeah.
anything, which I love. And then COVID hits. And
Yes.
we're all locked in and feeling super claustrophobic in our own. I mean, some of us don't even have yards to go into in our own apartments. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit
Absolutely.
about how that works now. So not moving from your couch, can we go anywhere?
Anywhere. Anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. And that has been, um, there are the impact of COVID is devastating worldwide. Worldwide, that's an absolute fact and a given. Um, and I think that also there have been moments of lightness and clarity, and I certainly have hung on to them for dear life. And some of those have been being able to tune in and still find that connection with the world around you that would be, that has been taken away from us. I don't think that we've lost the urge to travel, explore, discover, and explore. Um, but our audio guides let you go to that lower level of discovery and to penetrate an area without actually leaving. So you can have those. I mean, I call them the wow moments, and I think that you really have to experience them um, to believe them. They are that those moments where you connect with a story, and you get the goosebumps. And it either makes you realize something about the world or about yourself, or it just, I mean, we can get that from music as well, we all get those moments, but to do it with some headphones on, just listening to somebody talk about a part of the world that's very important to them and why, and you suddenly go, oh, and we can do that without leaving the home right now. That's really powerful.
It is really powerful. So let's dive into those wow moments, because I know there was a particular project I think might be a good example of how GeoTourist kind of builds their audio storytelling. Audio storytelling is huge right now, from
Mm.
podcasts to, and you guys are doing it in such a unique, different way. Can you tell me a little bit about your partnership with the Hebrides and how that worked?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So the Art of Hebrides, we have so much love for the Outer Hebrides. We work with Rob McKinnon, and he is somebody that we've met through our work with the Scottish Tourism Alliance. And it's I mean it's a place that is so rich and so different and so unusual, um, that he and I was very happy to be part of it. Is we're bringing it to a global platform. Um, so by bringing it to our app now, working with the Outer Hebrides Tourism, they had developed an Instagram map full of Instagrammable uh, locations, and they printed it on splash maps, which means you can have a map and get it wet. So
Okay.
we worked with them to bring those locations to our platform. So it wasn't that they had to go out and start, crafting something from scratch. No one actually does.
No.
Anyone who works for an organization, a company, a DMO, they have all the information at their fingertips. Even a brand. We've worked with the brand Crocs in the past. Um, and so we were able to work with the Outer Hebrides because we don't necessarily need to physically go.
Okay.
Technology allows us to zip files up and down the country. And actually, what we used this time for recording some of them, we were able to use WhatsApp.
Amazing. That's really cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Can I
there
ask you,
was, yes,
sorry to interrupt. I know we don't have
yes,
loads of time, so I want to make
no,
sure we're
that's
getting
okay.
all the information in there. When you work with people, do you find folks are natural storytellers, or does GeoTourist have to really kind of work with people in terms of workshopping what story is and prompting them?
I find that people, they don't always have the confidence in their own storytelling abilities that they should do, and they can freeze. Not in the case of the Outer Hebrides, they can freeze when they think they're being put on the spot. But listen to them talk freely about their destination in a different example, and that's when you hear all this amazing beauty and little secrets and the little nuggets of information that are so particular to one point in the world, and to liberate those and to bring them to a wider audience is just it's a brilliant feeling,
Well, I
actually.
can hear your passion for it. It makes me very passionate about it. And I know the quality of the things that GeoTourist has done is kind of really amazing and huge. So I want to ask, it seems like a
Yes.
no-brainer to me. It seems like a no-brainer for locations to partner with you, and especially during a time of COVID, being able to kind of engage still in places and people, even though we can't access them, we can remotely access them. How
Yeah.
does, let's say, because folks who will be listening to this are from all different sectors,
Yeah.
including the heritage and museum sector. So
uh,
how can folks approach GeoTourist if they do have an idea for a partnership? Are you guys open to anybody emailing you? Do you
yes.
tend to, oh, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our objective is to map the world in audio, and yeah, it is that simple. We are so inclusive, and I mean, we genuinely believe that everyone has got something of value to say to the world. There are no barriers. In fact, we spend our time taking down barriers, and it's in the eye of the listener, really. Everyone's got something to say, and the world wants to listen.
Okay, I don't again mean to be naive, but for folks listening, it sounds so good, especially if the stories are free and easily accessed. What's the financial model? How do you guys engage with folks and pay you and still keep on
Yeah,
ticking
absolutely.
over.
Well, most, absolutely, like an organization or a destination management organization would print a brochure
Yeah.
or a pamphlet. We offer that level of information on a more intimate basis and in a more sustainable and responsible way.
Totally.
So we work with the organization, and like they would give someone a free map with a bit of information to help them enjoy themselves to the max with their experience. So there we are. We are
Brilliant.
digital. We are nicer looking than a lot of interpretation.
You can reach more people.
Absolutely. And interestingly, and I think this is just a rather lovely thing, especially if you're as bad at buying stamps and sending the postcard as I am, you can share our tours over social media. So when you take them, you can send them to folks back home and say, hey, this is what I did today. So not only are you giving them a little snapshot of where you are and what you're doing, you're giving them that extra level of depth and experience. So they might take a little part of your trip for themselves.
Totally. I feel like this is a no-brainer. I am so excited to be able to have you in digital shorts. Gets me, I feel like you guys are of the moment. People are really engaging with audio, but not in a way that so directly works with community and place. And I think that's a real strength of GeoTourists.
Yeah. I mean, there's it is just such a lovely, simple, available option to people. There's nothing to be daunted by, and sometimes that could be the thing with technology and digital. There's nothing that you wouldn't do for a tour that you wouldn't already do for a brochure. So it's so flexible and within reach for anyone that wants to do it. And I think what's important is that it is about how a destination or organization expresses themselves, but it is also about how the listeners, the visitors, and the potential visitors want to be reached. It is how they want, that you are right. There is such an appetite for audio and that level of personalization and intimacy that you can get from just having somebody chat in your just very gently. So I would urge destinations to consider the needs of a potential visitor.
Yes.
Just having that little bit of spark with them in that one-on-one way.
Lindsay, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. These are like flash interviews, but there's so much more to ask. I will include the links below so that they know how to kind of access GeoTourists and maybe follow up if it is an organization that's looking to partner. Can we end a little bit? I always do this with XpoNorth Digital Shorts with a little bit of advice. So something that you've been told along the way that's been really helpful in your career, something that you've learned through doing audio storytelling. It can be anything.
Everywhere has got something that's worth saying and sharing.
That's lovely. That is lovely. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.